We're here. We're queer. We're gonna tell some spooky stories.
Yes, sir. What a great intro.
Thank you. I did it all by myself.
Welcome. Yeah, you did. Welcome back to Whispers After Dark, the podcast where Ayla and Shay are telling you the most egregious, scary stories that can be found on the interwebs. Today, we have a special episode called Island of the Dead Dolls. That's what it's called, Island of the Dead Dolls. Um, one of the most cursed places on earth. And that's an opinion. Are you ready for this
This
one?
doll, this doll series just has me not sleeping well, has me having nightmares. I think I've had enough of dolls. After we get through this one, I never
I'm
want to
done.
hear about a doll ever again.
No, yeah. Another one popped up on my recommended list. They're like, oh, have you tried Peggy the doll? And I was like, no, I think this is gonna be the last one for a while.
We gotta move on. We have
I'm
to. Like, can
telling
we get some
you.
ghosts or something? Like, even demons, I will
Yeah.
take.
Well, yeah. Okay, I'll look for, you know what, next episode, I'll look for like a really haunted castle.
Ooh, that could be interesting. I'm down for that.
Yeah, I'm down for that one too, because the research for this one was fucking crazy. It was crazy. Um, what was crazy about it was the man died recently, but there were still things that were contested or speculated.
Hmm.
And I thought that was very interesting because I'm like, if you can get it from the source, why are we contesting this? Why are we speculating? You know? But I don't know. It's a lot of things have come from the tour guides, come from the family, specifically his nephew. But we'll get there. So in Spanish, this is called La Isla de las Muertes. I'm so sorry.
Good job. You did your best. This is
Round
this is
two.
coming this is coming from someone who spent like a good year on Duolingo learning
Oh,
Spanish.
I know. And not only that, in high school, I learned Spanish. It was wild, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. La Isla de las Muñecas. That's what it is.
You should have just said it
Mm,
in English.
yeah, well, that's why I'm sticking to Island of the Dead Dolls, okay, bitch? Get off my dick. All right. So, this is what's called a chinampa, which translates to in the fence. And it's a small type of agricultural land that is located. I'll look it up right now. I'm not butchering this one. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna look up how to say this one because I don't think I can even attempt that one. Let's see. Xochimilco. Xochimilco. All right.
Sorry, what does it mean?
So this is called chinampa, which translates to in the fence of reeds, right? It's
Okay.
located in
Not Google.
Xochimilco.
Shout out to Google Translate for doing what we couldn't.
Okay, Xochimilco. Okay, that's what it's called. That is where it's located. So it's a small piece of agricultural land. It's located in Xochimilco. Okay, and it's close to Mexico City. Okay, let's just put it there. So it's a small piece of agricultural land. There's no electricity and no running water, so he was really roughing it. The owner of this small piece of land was Don Julian Santana Barrera. That was his name. The legend begins with Don Julio either finding a body of a drowned little girl, or he tried to save her from drowning and then she ended up dying anyway. This was in 1950. So that was traumatic. I can imagine you're at home, you see a little girl drowning across from your house, and then she doesn't make it. Yeah, that's a pretty traumatic event to happen.
What was she doing there?
No idea.
Hmm,
Couldn't find any sources on that. I looked. So some people don't even believe that this actually happened.
makes sense.
This is some people think that this is just a legend. However, Don Julian did tell this to his family and also people who came to the island to like the people had heard about this island, and so some people would come and visit and he would tell them this when he was
Hmm.
alive. So his nephew has also supported this because it was told to him by his uncle. So I personally think that it was the 1950s. It's hard to find death records of everybody. And if this is a small agricultural piece of land, it's not even, populated by a lot of people. He's the only person that's there. It's going to be even harder to find death records for people who are in small, isolated locations like that.
Yeah, that's why I asked because it sounds like a secluded place. So I was wondering if it was a community member or a tourist or what.
So I think that this particularly, it would make sense because it wasn't the only isolated piece of land. There are more like again, it's meant for farming. So she could have been related to somebody else in the area who had another piece of isolated land. Um, and there were a lot of fishermen boats that go there for that purpose.
Hmm.
So this is a farm area. I wouldn't say he was the only one within the area. So it could be that she was related to somebody, had gotten away from them, or fallen into the water and ended up drifting towards his piece of land.
Okay.
So he marked the spot where she had died with a white cross. And I actually have a pic now, this picture that I'm about to show you, okay? I tried to save this particular picture at least 3 times from 3 different sources, and it would not save. Like, I saved it and it wouldn't open at all. And I was like, that's interesting.
Interesting. That's a red
So
flag.
yeah, it was this one and another one that would not save. And I just put a little mental note and said, that's interesting. But that it was a specific angle too that I was looking for, and it just would not save. So I managed to find this one, and now I can't even find it to send it to you. I don't know why. That's interesting. Okay.
Okay. I mean, it sounds like bad juju's because you're having lots of issues even saving it, sending it, finding it. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's kind of spooky.
That was one of the that was the reason why I was excited to do this episode today, because the research. A few times when I was reading again about this white cross, my computer kept glitching too.
Stop it.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
Okay, so he then found a doll floating in the water the next day, and he believed that it belonged to the doll, so he hung it up on a tree to honor her spirit. It's also said that he hung a talisman to protect and ward off evil spirits. I don't think it worked, but um there were also claims that he found a second doll the next day, but that was just speculation. Um he himself had claimed to start noticing shadows and hearing cries of sorrow, which again, like we said last week, if I am somewhere and there are not supposed to be children nearby and I'm hearing crying, that's a firm fuck no. But personal opinion, I guess.
No,
One
I
source
agree.
claims
I absolutely agree. Let's just get that straight. You're not alone in that.
One source claims he believed that her spirit haunted the island, so he would gather dolls from the trash or by trading them with his produce. So he would sell you produce that he grew, and in exchange, you would give him a doll. Um, at that point, I don't know if I'd be creeped out or worried about this man's mental health because clearly something was going on with my guy Don. He's not okay. And it may have been the trauma of seeing a little girl drown, and it may have just been that he was being tormented by spirits. Either way, I don't see, like, it's not for a good while that his family isn't involved.
Mhm.
So,
My
mm,
my thing with all of these people and their dolls and like dolls haunting where they live is why aren't we moving away? You know, we are given free will. When weird shit starts happening, that's when it's time to go. That's
I I agree. I agree. However, Don Julian seemed to be a farmer who did not have a lot of money, especially in the 1950s. So I'm gonna send you a picture of him, just to see what he looked like. He's adorable, but also, yeah, I'm assuming that if this is his land and this is how he makes his money and his way of living, it's not like a house where you can leave. Like he'd literally be leaving his home and his job.
yeah, he looks like he is gonna be born and die on that land. He looks like
Yeah,
he is one with that place.
yeah, yeah. He's an adorable little man, but he I don't think he was gonna leave. Um, and also it's not uncommon for people in back then to just fight for their shit, bro. Like they had such strong spiritual beliefs that they genuinely believed that their faith could fight off whatever these things were.
Mhm.
So it's not like us who check the fuck out.
Yeah, maybe that's a modern take. I
I
don't
A
know.
very hot take. That is very. Another source says that he used the dolls to scare away evil entities from haunting the island and to protect himself. So one source says that he's honoring this little girl, and trying to appease her spirit because she's haunting the place. Um, and he wants her to stop haunting the place, so he's giving her dolls and tying them up. Another source is saying that he's trying to scare away the evil spirits and the girl who's haunting the island and trying to protect himself. Either way, my guy's scared.
Yup.
Um, I'm I'm gonna now send you pictures of the island. I want you to brace yourself.
And
Um,
I'm gonna have to describe this too.
yeah, you are a very faithful description, ladies. So I'm sending you the pictures of the dolls, but also what the entrance of this island would look like. So it really is super secluded. Like I don't think they could get electricity even if they wanted to. Yeah,
This is
jaw dropped.
this is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. Like
Yep.
the first video, the first picture has this doll that if you have trypophobia, I think that's what it's called, the fear of like
Mm-hmm.
holes, this
Mm-hmm.
would have you running for the hills. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's oh my God.
For
It's like
those
this
listening and can't see Ayla's face, she is absolutely gagged.
100%. I mean, this doll is discolored. One of its eyes is half open, and it's got these lumps all over its face. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't even with this one. We need to move on. And every other photo after that is just as bad. Like, these dolls are missing eyes, missing heads. Some of them look like they're missing limbs. Some of them
Yep.
look like zombies. I mean, why would we be doing this? This is inviting the evil spirits, not keeping them away. That's what I think.
Girl, I'm right there with you, but you know, to each their own, I guess.
Oh my God. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm staying the fuck away from this place. And then the entrance to the island, it kind of looks like a marsh or a
Mm-hmm.
swamp. It
It's
doesn't
actually
look
a
like
canal.
any. Oh, it's a wonderful. Yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
canal to hell, actually.
Yeah. You
Um,
know what they say about water? Like the spirits are attracted to water, like sources of water.
don't tell me that. Don't tell me
Yeah.
that. I didn't need to know that. I like water. I like lakes. I like oceans. I didn't need to know that.
You're welcome. I mean, it's considered an energy source for them, so I'm not surprised if you have a canal and a bunch of spirits like you like I've always said this. If you are collecting dolls, they were originally meant to be vessels for the dead. You have a whole entire island filled to the brim with dolls. What did you think was gonna happen, my guy? Like, oh man. Yeah, my next point here is the dolls cover every inch of the walls and really any surface, ceilings included. Today, there are roughly how many dolls do you think there are?
There's got to be thousands.
Well, there are roughly estimated 4,000 dolls on that island. 4,000.
Oh my God, that is not natural.
Yeah, and it's a growing number, and I'll tell you why later. None of the dolls have names except for one, and her name is okay. I saw two sources say her name was either Augustinita or Augustina. She was supposedly his favorite. And this is a quote from a tour guide who says, Augustinita has become the most important doll of the collection. The one he spent time with, his companion, the one he talked to, his protector. Since it is believed that Augustina has gifts, at night she walked around. She even had the gift to cure him and protect him. End quote. So it's giving Robert, it's giving Eugene.
I was about to say Eugene and Don Julian would be besties. They could chop it up about their little doll friends. They are soulmates, truly. Like fuck Eugene's
Oh,
wife. He should have been with Don Julian.
oh my God. Can you imagine bringing Robert the doll to this location?
Oh, oh my gosh, Don Julian would be having the time of his life. He'd be like, "What
Oh,
did I do to deserve this?"
Mandy the doll. Oh, Annabelle. Oh, yo, that's where Annabelle's hiding. Facts.
She found her people.
Other people. Oh God. Okay. So a lot of dolls, like you had mentioned, are missing their limbs, their eyes, their batteries, etc. I actually have a clip for you today. I'm gonna let you listen to a little bit later. But
I'm hot.
yeah, it's not a very long one, but it is a clip of Ghost Adventures when they did their episode on this. Um, it is a clip of one of the dolls laughing. They did check, there were no batteries.
Yeah, of course there wasn't.
Some of them are just floating heads. Some of the dolls are just floating heads, just tied there. Some of them are burnt. Do we know why? No, probably because the demon was done with that one.
I
Um,
hate every second of this.
I'm just happy I didn't do these notes at night. Issa saw my screen when I was saving pictures of the dolls, and she was like, "No." She left. She was like, "No."
That tells you everything you need to know. These dolls
Yep.
are not for the weak. They're not for the
Nope.
vulnerable.
No, they are not. She said that is not for my child eyes.
Mm-mm.
They're reported to have once again these blank looks on their face and their eyes are empty. So in 2001, Don Julian's nephew came to the island to help his uncle. Don was 80 years old at this time. His nephew reported that they were fishing and he, quote, sang passionately, end quote, because he claimed that the mermaids were in the water and they were calling out to him. Okay?
I just have a question. If
Mm-hmm.
this was your uncle and he was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Hey, I need some help," like let's say he's been sending you money, he's been there for the family, like from a distance
Don't
you
do that.
love this uncle,
Don't
and
do
he
that.
calls you and he says, "Hey, I really need some help on Doll Island. I'm getting old. I need you to come do some upkeep." What are you doing? There's a right answer to this.
Pretending I didn't see that message. You probably sent a telegram because there's no electricity. I'm not reading it. Sorry, Uncle Donnie. I'm not reading it, bro. What do you mean, dog?
There are limits to my love.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it ends with Doll Island. The fuck do you mean, bro? Like that is immediately if I'm dating anybody who's like, yeah, I'm gonna go spend the summer with my uncle who lives on Doll Island, that is the biggest red flag I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, 100%. Like, we're not going to be friends after that.
Ew. Anyway.
Come back and
Uh,
infect me with your evil spirits. Nope.
oh God. All right, his nephew left for a brief moment. Okay, so we we got past the part where he was singing to the mermaids, right? So his nephew went to land for a bit after the fishing and to go do something briefly. When he came back, he found his uncle lifeless, face down in the canal in the same spot the little girl was reported to have drowned in.
She took over. She finally fully possessed him.
Yeah, his official cause of death was a heart attack.
Sure it was.
Um, the
No, the,
spot
the
was,
girl was like, come join me.
yeah,
That's what happened.
that is exactly what happened. And if you think about it, if the mermaids are in the water, they could have been the one to tempt the little girl in there too.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they're sirens. The
Yeah,
sirens got
well,
to him.
note to self, don't go swimming in the canals of Mexico. His official cause of death was heart attack. The spot he died in is also marked with a black cross. So you have the white cross there for her and the black cross for him. And like I said, this was 2001. Like it wasn't that long ago. I don't like thinking about that because that can still happen today. Guess why? Because his family has since opened it up as a tourist attraction.
I was about to ask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, of course, now we've moved on to the experiences that happened. People report to have seen dolls moving their heads, arms, and opening their eyes because why the fuck not? They also hear the dolls whispering to each other.
Wonderful. So what did they say?
I couldn't find anything about exactly what they said, but it's mostly when they are on the boats approaching the island that they can see them whispering to each other and hear it.
So creepy.
Yeah, so didn't like that. Um, some visitors, oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. So some see the dolls as a threat even during the day, right? That would be you and me both. That's us. We see them as a threat no matter what time of day it is. Some visitors place offerings in exchange for miracles and blessings. Why would you want a blessing from a cursed doll? I don't know.
My ass would be giving offerings to not hurt me. I would be like, please. First of all, I wouldn't even be there. But if I had to be there, the offering would be, do not possess me. I'm not asking for anything else. It ends there.
Girly pop, it gets worse.
Oh,
These people are
Jesus.
like a cult, man. Okay? So remember we talked about Augustinita? She is the main one they give offerings to because she was Don Julian's favorite. She was the one he talked to. So some people they change the clothes on the dolls and maintain the island as a form of worship.
You lost me.
They're literally worshiping these dolls, bro. They're worshiping these dolls.
You're joking.
I'm not. I wish I was.
This can't be real life. What? What? Okay. I'm lost for words.
I literally put down these dolls have humans in a chokehold.
It sounds like it. Because what are you getting from these disfigured dolls? What are they really doing for you?
Blessing, blessings and good fortune, I guess.
Has anyone actually has their life improved after attending Doll Island?
No idea. I have no idea. Honestly, I don't think I'd want to know. I do have some quotes.
Ugh, go on, tell me.
Okay, so my next note is visitors can bring dolls to the island, but don't take them.
And
So
why would you?
there are some sick
You
people out there. There's
you saw
Zach
the
Bagans is one
pictures.
of them. Yeah, Zach Bagans is one of them, bro. He's one of them. I know he didn't because he has a very deep fear of dolls, but like people like him definitely would fucking take one of these dolls, bro. If he didn't stay there the night and get the shit scared out of him, he probably would have taken one too because he has a haunted museum with a bunch of haunted relics. You don't think he'd love one of those things?
That is the most fucked up souvenir.
Oh my God, that poor plot of land. I wouldn't even try to grow anything on there. Because how can you? Probably soaked into the soil. Oh man. So here's a quote. This is from someone who went to visit the island, okay? His name is Jose Perez and he's from Texas. Hello, Jose from Texas. Quote, it feels very calm, but I feel like maybe at night it will be pretty spooky. Just all those dolls looking at me. They are all around you, so not a definitely good vibe at night. Right now, it's not too bad. A differently good vibe at night. There are many people here, so yeah, end quote.
I I don't relate to this at all. I don't see how it could be calm. I would be freaking the fuck out. I would be so anxious with
Yeah.
4,000 dolls staring at me,
Mm-hmm.
whispering to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That is not my definition of calm. Like my arms are crossed right now. I'm heated. I'm like, how dare you even say that?
He started it off with it feels very calm.
That's how they
And he
get you.
lost me. That he lost me. He lost me there. I was like, what do you mean it feels very calm? Um, Here's another quote. This one is from Don Julian's nephew. His name is Javier Romero Santa. So, quote, at night we tour the place. I go inside with another workmate, waiting for the people, and we hear a young lady cry or a moan, end quote.
The crying again.
Yeah, yeah. And I think this is the nephew that was there when he passed. So,
That nephew, God bless
mm,
his soul. That's
I don't know.
because how are you
No,
even
God bless his
taking
wife.
how are you taking care of this first plot of land?
Oh my God. I don't know why they even kept it. Sell it. Do you know how many people would pay millions for that?
I mean, maybe they're making millions off of it being a tourist site.
Oh, I don't want to think about that. If any of my family decided they were going to go here, they're not allowed in my house until they get cleansed.
Yeah.
No, you're never getting in
There's
my
not
house.
enough holy water in the world. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, no, there's not. Here's my last quote. This is from a tour guide. His name is Gonzalez Franco. He was the one who said the earlier quote about Augustina or Augustinita. So, quote, here the concentration of energy is strong. You can actually feel it. That is why the Island of the Dolls ranks as one of the most terrifying places in the world, end quote. And then I have two fun facts for you. So in 2022, it was recognized as the world's largest collection of haunted dolls. Don't know if that's flex, but it's a
It's
thing.
something. Something.
And my last note. that is not so terrifying is that before all of this happened in 1950, this was the location of the movie Maria Candelaria. Maria Candelaria. This is where it was filmed in either 1943 or 1944. I don't know which one. There were there were different sources saying different dates. But yeah, so that it's a black and white movie that was filmed there before all of this happened.
What was the genre?
I'm not sure. It looks like it's a romance melodrama. That's what it is.
Romance.
Yeah,
Now knowing the context of the island now, the fact that it was a romance just makes me giggle because
it really,
it
it's really
really went through
giving.
a rebrand.
It really did. It really did. It's giving like black and white telenovela.
Huh. So maybe prior to this little girl passing and the influx of dolls, it was a very beautiful place.
You know,
Question mark.
I will I will choose to believe that simply because there has to be a reason why he didn't want to leave.
Hmm.
And if you own a beautiful piece of land that you can work and you're attached to it because it's a beautiful piece of land that you can work, yeah. Yeah, then you'll probably do what you can in order to make it feel safe again. Although I can't imagine 50 years of putting dolls up, rummaging in garbage to find dolls, asking to trade your produce for dolls. I can't imagine that was fulfilling. I can't imagine hanging another doll on a tree was giving you a purpose in life.
Shit went very sideways for Mr. Don Julian. I maybe he started out, like you said, just trying to take care of his land, but something took over his mind. Something took over his spirit, his soul, whatever makes him who he is. He is no longer what he started as.
It kind of makes me sad. It makes me a little sad because I'm like, I personally, I would see that both as like a cry for help and also creepy as fuck.
And no one intervened. His family even
No,
supported this whole thing.
like I'm like, yo, did his nephews just always come to his island? Like, can you imagine like your parents send you to like your grandparents or your aunts for like the weekend or the summer? Are the people in the family just like being like, if you're not good, if you don't do well in school, I'm gonna send you to Uncle Donnie's island,
That's exactly what they did.
Tio Donnie's island. All right, so what I sent you was the Ghost Adventures clip. Go on and watch that. It's not very long.
Okay, okay.
Your face.
Oh my God, the dolls are laughing. No, no. This is 54 seconds too long. There's so many dolls. Oh, and
Mm-hmm.
they're just like pinned up against the walls.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not cats, it's dolls. They're giggling. No, 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 because they're not supposed to be making sounds because their batteries are dead.
Yeah,
No,
they don't have batteries.
just please tell me that's a prank. That has to be a prank because there's no fucking way.
There were some other clips, but I didn't think you want to see that. There was a clip of like the sound of the doll dragging on the tin roof.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All around just bad vibes. They move on their own, they make sounds on their own, they talk to each
Mm-hmm.
other. Apparently they
Mm-hmm.
talk to humans too because Mr. DJ was having whole conversations with them.
Hell
So
yeah. And it actually was caught. Like the few investigative videos that I watched, they did catch them moving. Now, these could have been hoaxed, but this is a claim that a lot of people are making that they move on their own. And if in some of the clips, these people's backs were turned to these dolls, and all of a sudden, like they didn't even notice until they started editing the footage where they saw the doll's hands move. Could it
Hmm.
have been the wind? Who knows? Could it have been a hoax? Who knows? However, all I'm saying is that's enough to convince me not to buy a fucking ticket.
Oh yeah, I'm never going there.
Yeah, I actually saw a TripAdvisor when I was doing research for this. There was a
How did they?
TripAdvisor page. Yeah. Ah.
Mm-mm.
And I'm actually looking up how much it costs for the tickets to go there. So TripAdvisor says that oh no, the boat that takes you there is called the Little Star. Um, Other things that comes included with it. The one that I see is for an axolotl museum and the Island of the Dolls. It's about 10 hours for 135 US. Um, yeah.
This economy, you gotta make your bag however you can.
God, they were
I
doing
will
this from
give them that.
2001. They were doing this from 2001. And somebody in 2022 said that this is a scam. So they said if I
Mm,
could give this 0 stars, I would. I'm a massive horror fan. I was deeply disappointed. This place does not come. But with this place, don't come there unless you have a Mexican friend.
that's giving me nothing.
Yeah, I know. Hold on to back you up. They sold us a 4-hour trip to the Island of Dolls for 2,000 pesos, knowing that the original island was closed. Oh, from what we understood via Google Translate, the original hasn't been open for a while, and then took us to a fake one. So not only did they waste 4 hours of my life, I also paid 2,000 pesos for something I didn't even want to see. Okay, so they're no longer open.
Thank God. It's
Yeah.
about time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's very interesting. How much is 2,000 pesos? 2,000 pesos. Oh, it's about 148 Canadian dollars.
Mm, that's pricey. I'd be pissed,
I
but
I
also kind of on you for trying to go there in the first place. I'm judging.
dog. I don't even, is it bad that I don't feel bad for these people who tried to go there? Like, fuck, man. Let them rest in peace.
Yes, let that be the doll's final resting place. Let them whisper to each other for the rest of time without human interference. I
Oh, that
think,
place must be so fucking haunted right now because nobody's been there for years.
mhm.
Oh, that's so gross.
I wonder if the dolls are pissed that they're not getting any new additions.
New additions
Or,
or offerings.
yeah, yeah, we'll never know.
Nor do we plan to. And that's the end of our doll saga because fuck that. What have we learned, Ayla?
Never buy a doll. Leave
Thank
them in the
you.
stores.
Thank you.
Leave them in the
Buying
pawn
dolls,
shops.
yeah, especially the old ones, ghetto as hell.
Yeah, we're gonna do Haunted Castle next time.
Yes,
So stay tuned for that.
that's going to be really exciting because I'll be able to look into some old records, which I love doing. Love me an
You
old record.
fucking nerd.
I love it. Can't feed off of that shit. So I'm excited for that one. And I know that I'm not going to be owning a castle in the near future anytime soon, so there's no immediate danger to me.
Okay, if you say so. I feel like sometimes just talking about these things is inviting some spirits. Like tonight, I'm gonna get visited by a doll. I promise you.
Oh, you know, I might just eventually, every time I feel like fucking with you, just send you a new picture I find of a doll from that island.
Do you hate me?
Be like, remember this? Mm.
I'd rather not. I really would rather not.
Oh, me too.
But
Anyway,
anyways, 'Anyways,
thanks for listening.
bye.